DrLez Mudau, welcome to the SAK podcast.
Thank you, TP. It's a pleasure to be in here.
You're wearing an Emirates shirt. You're an Arsenal fan?
Yeah, I'm a true Ghana. I'm a Ghana fan, man, a diehard of an Arsenal.
Irrespective of how your team does?
Yeah, over the years in here, for sure, the people, they've been laughing at us, but we're getting better each year.
Whose people?
Other rivals, like the Chelsea, Man City just came in not long ago, I think from 2013 in here, then they spend big cash, have good players. So yeah, despite us not winning the league since 2004, I'm still a Ghana, man.
Since when?
2004. That's I think my daughter in here, she's 11 now.
Yeah.
She was born, she never saw Arsenal winning the league. Eh?
So she has never seen Daddy celebrate.
At least we did have an FA Cup and Community Shield, which was something better in yesterday. Yeah.
But for a team that is so legendary, I don't know if it's unprecedented or what, but it's been a long time. I mean, Arsenal plays brilliant football, if not close to being brilliant. They play cuphead brilliant football. What do you think is going wrong?
Yeah, over the years, remember, we did have some financial struggle under Wenger. The building of the stadium and then the support from the big management to spend big. Because if you check over the years, we used to sell our best players. Unlike now, where we're going to be bringing the best players. Because over the years, I saw my team losing Thierry Henry, losing Robin van Persie to Man United, Nasri going to Man City, Gil Clichy. So most of the team in here will build their strong team from the Arsenal. Arsenal was like the Dortmund of Germany, where those Bayern Munich will always go and buy their best players. So over the years, yeah, Arsenal was like the development. You get a player, a non-player. The likes of Anelka, we got them unknown, and then Real Madrid took him. I think at some point they also go to Chelsea. So yes, over the years in here, we've been building from the foundation. When it's big, the bigger teams will come and take.
So are you hoping for that Arab oil money?
Not really, yeah. With the current squad now, I believe, man, we do have a good attack. The defense have been rated one of the best defense around the Europe, if not in the world. I mean, the Saliba and the Gabriel in here. Believe me, every team will want to have that. Just remind me of the likes of John Terry and Cannavaro from Chelsea. So you did build that strong defense. Yes.
So reverting back, because we're looking at the English Premiership, coming back to the country in South Africa, how do you think the Premier League has influenced the Betway South African Premier Soccer League?
I think over the years in here, how I check in here while growing up in here, I've been Kaizer Chiefs watching it from the black and white TV in those small 37 centimeter. We did have some great players, man, and even the fans in here were influenced to go to the stadium before the social media will even come in here. And then as it goes, I think in here the standard of the football, it become kind of predictable, kind of boring in here, where Sundown is dominating. We lost majority of the people in here. They didn't want to go to stadium. But checking now as it goes in here, I see when you go to Orlando Stadium, Orlando Pirates fans, they pack the stadium. And whether it's midweek or over the weekend, those guys, they attend the games, man. So I think in here we are slowly coming back, where we're getting the fans to come back to watch football in the stadium. Because most of the fans like me, I will be like, no, I want to watch football on my comfort zone on my TV. During the halftime, I'll go pour my whiskey and enjoy in here. And like when I'm in the stadium in here, you want that comfort zone in here. But now when you check in here, to be honest, when Sundown is playing, Chiefs is playing, Pirates is playing in here, the fans want to be there, man. The fans want to add that value in here. Because it's fun. The atmosphere in the stadium, it's very, very. Last time in here, I did attend Orlando Pirates and Sundown.
Esgodin.
Man, it was fully packed. I just felt the joy of being in stadium again. Man.
Yeah.
So I think in here, we're slowly getting back. It's unfortunately for the small teams that they can't fill the stadium. But I think it's also the financial stable. But when I check in here, where I come from, Limpopo, Venda, I mean, Black Leopard, it doesn't matter whether you support Chiefs or Sundown or Pirates. The time when Black Leopard playing, it's either they're coming to Loftus or Peter Lucas Morepe in Atteridgeville, the stadium will be fully packed. So I think in here, the fan zones, they are slowly, depending where you're from, they're coming back, man. They're attending the stadium.
Yeah, talking of fans, the influence of Siwelele, backed by Bloemfontein Celtic fans, do you think that will ignite a spark that will make teams have that marketing strategy that will make them have the best fans in South Africa?
Man, that was the best. That was the best. That was the best.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
every football fan will tell you about Siwelele. When you go to Bloemfontein, it doesn't matter whether you are Chiefs, you are Pirates, you are Sundown, you are Big. Siwelele supporters, they will always keep it real. But I think one of the things that are killing South Africa is buying the status. Unlike in here being maybe investing on the team. Let's say Siwelele as it is from Bloemfontein. Rather than Siwelele being bought and come to Gauteng in here, I feel like maybe we can have the shareholders that can just be the big shareholders of Siwelele and let it remain to people of Bloemfontein. Because I think in here, that thing of like now SuperSport, we've just launched SuperSport in here. What people in Atteridgeville are going to, which team are they going to favor now? Because SuperSport is no longer there. So I think in South Africa, we could do with those investors. Like if you want SuperSport is there, let's just invest in SuperSport. SuperSport must remain to people of Pretoria. Siwelele must remain to people from Bloemfontein. If you're taking a Siwelele and you bring it to people for Gauteng, and you rename it, give it another name in here. People in Gauteng, they already have the teams. They are Swallows, they are Chiefs, they are Sundowns. So if it was still in Bloemfontein, remember when we visited that stadium? I forgot the name of the stadium. Rama, what in here, where Siwelele used to play? Maybe Josh in here can verify in here, Bloemfontein Celtic, home ground in here. When you visit there, you will see, and what I love about it, they will be having football shirts.
Yeah.
I also own Bloemfontein Celtic shirts, man.
I think almost everyone in South Africa at some point owned a jersey of Bloemfontein Celtic.
The impact that those supporters make in here, everyone will love Siwelele. It doesn't matter who you are in here.
Culture in here,
have that culture. You see in here, comparing to what Europe do, you see Sunderland when you visit the Stadium of Light. Doesn't matter whether you are Man City, you are Arsenal in here. The fans of a home ground will always be dominant straight away. So I think even here in PSL in here, if we stop those thing of buying the status, like a team will really work so hard in here to be in PSL because of the financial problems, they have to sell the status for another team. So to me in here, I think in here to make sure that the soccer is competitive, let's just have the shareholders. Be a shareholder of Siwelele. Let Siwelele remain to people of Bloemfontein. You don't have to move it in here straight away. I think that will also spark the love of the football and the fans remaining.
So what do you think it is the role that the Premier Soccer League plays in South Africa? It be economically and people putting food in the table for their families, or just almost anything. What is the role that the Premier Soccer League, or the Betway Premier Soccer League, as it is known now, what is the role that it plays in the society of South Africa?
I think in here, like it helps the vendors. My aunt used to sell food in Thohoyandou Stadium when Black Leopard is playing. When Black Leopard is playing in here, she will be having the pap, the meat, and all other fruit in here. That was the impact, because the night before the game in here, we'll have to be preparing in here now. Do we have enough food? Sometimes we'll even sleep in stadium so that you can get the spot. So I think in here, the vendors in here, those people who sell outside in here, they do get something out of it in here. Like even I attend some games in Lucas Morepe there. You'll see the vendors, the roles, even though they are a little bit higher in here, but it really plays a role in the vendors in here. They make more income in here by selling in the stadium. Also, PSL as it is, I mean, football, to be honest with you, it brings people together. It doesn't matter where you're from in here. Sometimes I'll go to stadium, I'll just meet this Xhosa guy in here. We don't know each other. We wear Chiefs fan in here. We wear Chiefs shirts in here. When you're in stadium, you become friends, man. So it doesn't matter which language you speak, where you're from in here. When you get to the stadium, man, you are a one. That's it.
Because when you're narrating the story to me, it makes a lot of sense, because you look at the impact it had on street vendors. They'll have a schedule if they are based at in and around Thohoyandou. Have a schedule to know that Black Leopards, their home games for the season are these. Then therefore I can budget, and this is how I'll be able to feed my family. You've got security personnel. You've got 16 teams hiring people. That's employment. That's the innovation of the Premier Soccer League. That's the brains of two chairmen, Dr. Ivan Khoza and Dr. Mudau.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you in here because you even have some temporary guys in here that they're going to be working on the stadium, like guiding people where to go, where not, and the security officers in here straight away. So it does help economically, just a little bit there because some it's temporary. And then if maybe the home games, let's say the home game, I think Pirates it's okay. Most of the home games they play in Escotini, unlike Chiefs, some games they will be taken to Limpopo, some maybe they will be taken to Durban. And imagine if you're having a season ticket, like you know that the 16 teams in here they will be playing here in Escotini in here. It also help you make your schedule in here straight away. If you're going to sell, if you have a business in here, if you have a security company that's gonna maybe recruiting those temporary guys to come in here, it will be helpful in here.
I think the issue of the seasonal tickets, as it's done in Europe, the challenge becomes the teams in Europe, they own the stadiums. Whereas maybe the teams in South Africa don't own stadiums. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the only team that owned the stadium, George, you can check that for me. I think Bidvest Vets is the only team in the Premier Soccer League, if I'm not mistaken, that owned the team. What happened to the stadia that your team, Kaizer Chiefs, wanted to build?
Oh man, I remember. I think it was Rooiport or I think it's
somewhere around the eastern.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that in here because I remember. Well, I think like 10 years back in here that they say that they've started the foundation in here. We're going in here. We're going to have our own stadium. So I don't know what happened with that. Maybe I must check in here what happens to that. But coming back in here to not owning the stadium, I think most of the stadiums in South Africa, they're being owned by municipality. I remember there was a game in here of SuperSport which was scheduled because the ZCC, they've booked the stadium in here. They're going to have a sort of a concert or gathering in the stadium. You have a big game coming in here. We all know we've bought the ticket in here. We're going to Lucas Morepe. And then a week before we had that, no, ZCs, they're coming in here to the stadium. So that means the game have to be changed to Loftus. So what about those vendors that are from Attridgeville in here that they were like, man, this week in here, at least we're going to make some cash in here. I remember you do have some guys in here that they're going to be making money out of parkings. Like if you stay next to the stadium, you can always take cars in here. Say, guys, come, I have a parking. And then last time in here, we have to pay like $50 to $100 so that you have a spot in here. So I think in here, not owning the stadium also in here, it's a bit of challenge because the stadiums, they are owned by municipality. And if someone came in here and say, hey, I'm going to have a concert.
Obviously, whoever pays a higher fee.
That's true. The higher bidder, I mean, the game in
obviously, here. Obviously, ZCC is a big church. They'll pay a higher fee.
It's a big man. Yeah, because the teams in here, like let's say Kukune is playing like Baroka, just for an example in here. I mean, the fan zone in here, they won't fill that stadium in here. So, yeah, I think that's the challenge that we have in here, that we don't have enough money to own our stadiums.
So what makes the Premier Soccer League?
It says here, no team in South African Premier Soccer League fully owns a stadium. With stadiums like Orlando Stadium and FNB Stadium, owned by municipality or private entities.
So no team in the Premier Soccer League, as we know it today, owns a stadium. So owning a stadium will be a big shift. That comes with a lot. But what makes the PSL unique compared to other African leagues or leagues in Europe? What do you think? Is it the fans? Is it the regalia? Is the way they dress? Is it the style of football? What is it that makes the Premier Soccer League so special?
I think in here the atmosphere, compared to I've checked in here the other African countries in it, how they dress up, going to the stadium, wear, color themselves in here. You can see when you visit African countries, when we are playing the CAF in here, that those stadiums, they're packed. But what makes us, I think, in here most outstanding in here is the development that we have. I mean, we do have some of the best development in here. Our stadium are also the best. I remember Pirates when they were playing on the CAF in here, you go to the stadium in here where it's like, it haven't been playing soccer in here for the past 6 months in here. The pitch is horrible in here straight. So when you check in South Africa, we do have the best stadiums, man. They're well maintained. They're well maintained in here. I guess that's why maybe they are private and they're the municipality. But checking in here compared to Africa do have some of the best players. But the development in Africa is very poor. Yeah, especially West Africa. Yeah. They do have, it's poor. Like you go to the stadiums in here, the pitch is horrible.
The infrastructure.
The infrastructure itself. I think it starts from the governing body. Like here, if you check the PSL in here, when we get out from the NSL to the Premier Soccer League. I think it started in 1996. I'm not sure if maybe you can verify Josh in here. When we get there, early 2000, we also have some great players, man. I grew up watching Siyabonga Nomvete, Pauline Dlanya, Eric Tinkler, and those players in here, they will also go abroad. I mean, if you check early 2000 in here, we do send some players in here outside in
A
here.
lot. Ruka Debe is well celebrated
Straight
abroad.
away. Benny McCarthy in here, went to Porto, Celta Vigo, coming to Premier League. I think he played for
Blackburn.
Blackburn.
Was-
Yeah, I
was
think Blackburn
Blackburn,
Rovers.
yeah, it was Blackburn
Rovers in
yeah.
here straight away. So now when we check in here compared to now, I don't know what changed on us in here. Our players in here compared to be one of having the best stadiums and one of the best league in Africa. Our players in here, it's hard, man, for them to go to Europe.
I think on my part, I would think it's the work ethic has gone down. There's no hunger, because I don't believe this thing or this saying of say that there's this belief that, you know, Premier Soccer League players are well paid, therefore they don't dream or have a vision of going abroad. I don't believe that. I think the work ethic has gone down. The hunger has gone down, hunger to play abroad, because everybody would like to see themselves donning a Liverpool jersey or a Barca jersey. I don't think it's a matter of saying that maybe, South Africa has grown to develop. You look at the time when Bomasinga were playing and Boshus Moshe were playing when they went to play in Turkey and everywhere where they went to play their trade in Europe. They had hunger. They had that kind of hunger. The kind of hunger that even during apartheid was there. You look at the chairman, your chairman, Dr. Mudau. He played in America with Pele. You look at Joe Mosono. He played in America with Pele. Ace and Zolengu, they played abroad because there was that hunger. I think now they've lost the hunger because of the comfort zone of wanting to be at home.
Yeah, I think so. In here, maybe we can say that maybe they are being paid enough. Though, some don't pay. They do pay, to be honest with you.
But convert it to the pound. Convert it to the euro.
I think maybe the problem. Okay, Josh, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I think the Premier Soccer League, it says here it started in 1996.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fact checking on that.
Yeah. After the NSL, they converted to the Premier
PSL
in
so when it started in here, I think in here we were developing players that were hungry. I mean,
world standard.
Yeah, world standard in here, and everyone wanted to make sure that we don't have to compete locally only. Let's represent South Africa. I mean, as you're saying, in the likes of Shoes Musheu, they play Helmon Mikelele. I'm not sure in here which team was playing in here. But if you check in here, I mean, the time in here in early 2000, we watched Quinton Fortune playing for Man United.
Yeah.
And he wasn't just a bench warmer, eh?
He was a big guy.
He was a regular in
guy
here.
at many.
Wasn't that lovely in here, checking that we have someone who's representing in here straight away, all the way from South Africa.
Because now we only have who? Lyle Foster only.
Lyle Foster, yeah, in Burnley.
Yeah,
But
he's the only South African player in the Premier Soccer League.
But I can tell, yeah, straight away in here. So this is sad, man. Or unless if it will be the thing of like what European standards want for you to be playing in Europe. Remember in here, even the percentage of the games that you have to represent your squad, it does matter. Because I remember last time when I checked, Josh, please verify me. I think you had to play 60% on the national team for you to be able to play in those top 5 European countries. Check, Josh.
Yeah, I'll check just now. Yes, it confirms here that Quinton Fortune played for both Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. Talking about Tottenham and Everton. Remember Stephen Pinar? He was a regular player in here.
A brilliant player. Brilliant midfielder.
He's a legend for Everton. Straight away. Just like the way that you were talking about Lucas Radebe. When you go to Leeds in here, you do have some statue. I saw some bars in here.
I think he's got a suite. A suite. But let's call it an end suite or what? What do you call that place where people who are VVIPs sit?
That end suite in here, straight away in here.
It's an end suite. That's how we pronounce it. Yeah, I think he's got an end suite for himself there when he goes to Leeds. He's like a very big legend of Leeds.
And Siso Zuma in
So
Copenhagen.
Zuma even have a statue.
A statue. So you see in here that
He's got a statue in Europe.
we used to produce those guys in here that they're going to compete to the world and represent South Africa. But I think in here, the more in here, we are not developing the players that will go and represent in here. That will make our league in here to remain the same. Because
But don't you think the likes of Shabalala and Teko Modise had that capacity to play their tried in Europe?
Yeah, to be honest with you, after that 2010 World Cup in here, what Shaba did in here, I don't know what happens in here, because I remember at some point Teko Modise wanted to live abroad in here. I don't know what the chairman did. I didn't follow too much the story in here, but it seems like there was some blockage in here to say that you can't move in here straight. Because I think Teko Modise in his peak in here, there was a moment in here where some teams in here, like the teams from those Belgium, because most of the players in here, before they can go abroad, you have to get those kind of small leagues in here that they can get in. But I think Shaba and Teko Modise and their peak in here, to be honest with you, they will fit, man.
Yeah, they were good enough to play in Europe.
Because even now in Europe in here, we check some players and then we'll be like, how did this guy get in here, man? How did he get that guy? But now we have the players like Kulture Mudau. I mean, to be honest with you, he's a good fullback, man.
But I heard there was a team that was poaching him in Europe. What happened to that? Mamelodi Sundowns don't want to let him go.
I think Mamelodi Sundowns, they believe that they're paying their players enough. The same, I think, as Ribeiro.
Ribeiro, did he sue the team, or there's something about him suing the team, saying that he wanted to leave. They extended the contract. He was under duress when they extended his contract. I think he wants to go to Qatar or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I think even in Brazil in here, there's some teams that want him. But I think also in here, we have to understand that we have to work by the law, man. I think players now, they think that they are much bigger than the team. They can always...
the team that made them.
Yeah, that they can always push. As much as I want the players to go abroad in here straight away. I mean, when Ribeiro came in here, maybe he was well known in Brazil, but most of the team in other countries, they didn't know him. But when he got to represent on the FIFA Club World Cup, I mean, the likes of Dortmund in here, they did give the applause to how Mamelodi Sundowns play, man. The likes of Ribeiro, I mean, that was his first season, last season, right?
Yeah.
But man, the guy, he's a proper bowler, the guy. I like the guy.
He's such a proper footballer. He's playing very good football. Because when we look at, the players that South Africa has a potential to sign, the under 20, the boys who won the African Championship, Luke Leroux has completed his transfer from IFK Vanamo to Portsmouth. He's one of those players. He's a 25-year-old midfielder who joined the EFL Championship Club for an undisclosed fee. He's one of those young players, well, you can call a 25-year-old player young player, but he's one of those players. You can also look at Tylon Smith. Tylon Smith, he has completed his move. There's a landmark move from Stellenbosch to QPR Rangers.
That's a good move.
He's one of the boys who won the championship with South Africa, or the African Championship with South Africa. He was playing for Stellenbosch. Now he's at QPR Rangers. You remember him, the tall midfielder with coil curly hair.
I remember him.
I think that is Lucas Ribeiro, right?
Yeah, Lucas Ribeiro. Yeah.
Yeah, an article from BBC here.
Okay.
Oh, from BBC. He made it to BBC. Oh, wow, that's interesting.
He's a Sundowns player. Sundowns are international.
Oh, that's a big one in here.
It says Lucas Ribeiro Costa has terminated his contract with Mamelodi Sundowns. As he aims to become the first footballer to benefit from Lassana Diera's legal victory against FIFA. Brazilian forward Ribeiro, whose goal against Borussia Dortmund in June was voted best of the FIFA World Cup, has also referred his case to World Football's governing body. So this article was written on the 21st of August.
It's recent. It's very recent, because I think he's taking advantage of the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns did well in the Club World Cup. Because if you've signed a contract, he's got a contract with Mamelodi Sundowns the last time I checked.
Yes, but under which law in here does... I think we are not on the law expecting here that a player in here, like if I have a 5-year contract playing for my team in here, that I feel like I don't want to play for you anymore. I want to leave in here. We have to review those or check in here, those law in here, because I think this is the same scenario. I think Isak, if you check Isak from Newcastle, at some point in here was saying that he's not going back to the team. He doesn't want to practice with the team anymore.
Because bigger teams were poaching him.
Yeah, there was a bigger team that were poaching him, and then he felt like Newcastle in here, they're putting too much price tag on him in here straight away. So I think we'll have to check in here how the contract play. If a player have the power in here to say that, guys, I'm left with a 3-year contract with you, but I don't want to play anymore. Is there, does the team have the chance in here to say that you're still under us in here? We can bench you and let that 3 years go without playing. Go by without playing. You can't sign for another team because you're still our player.
Can you check, George, for me, what was Lassana Diarra's ruling? You said it was Lassana Diarra, right? On the Lucas Ribeiro story, because that's what Lucas Ribeiro is banking on. So can you check for me, what was Lassana Diarra's story when he won the judgment? Let's check that, then we will revert back to that. But let us go on to look at which clubs have been the most dominant in the Premier Soccer League, and how much do you think they've contributed into the Premier Soccer League being this luxury brand that has a revenue of 1 billion annually coming in? I don't know if it's 1 billion, we're going to confirm, but I think it's 1 billion plus. It can be 2 billion annually. That's what the Betway Premier Soccer League brings into the economy of South Africa. They are the biggest contributor into the economy of South Africa. But which teams? Let us look into the history of when we transitioned from the NSL to the Premier Soccer League. Which teams do you think contributed a lot? You know, from Kaizer Chiefs to Orlando Pirates to Mamelodi Sundowns to Bloemfontein Celtic, Vets, SuperSport. Which teams contributed to making sure that the Premier Soccer League becomes the luxury brand that it is today?
To be honest with you, we can speak about PSL and not speak about Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, man. I know Sundown is the most successful team in South Africa in PSL, winning the leagues in terms of the leagues, not all the cups. I mean, they've been dominating the PSL for years, man. They were doing what Bayern Munich was doing, man. Winning league each season. But we can talk about PSL and not include Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Those are the brands, man. If you check, it doesn't matter where you are. You go to Durban, you'll find Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates. You go to Limpopo, everywhere. I remember we always tease our Sundowns about their 57 fans in here, but what I love,
not fair.
It's
That's not fair. I think, honestly speaking, you know, yes, George?
Lawyer DuPoint says Qatar SC made Mamelodi Sundowns an offer for Ribeiro that was well above the player's valuation. And that he wished to join the Qatar top flight club.
So he's claiming Mamelodi Sundowns overpriced him.
This is the same way that happened with SAK also in here straight away.
And it goes on to say he claims that the South African champions attempted to drive up the price again and again in an unreasonable manner without any regard for the player's personal interest, which made the deal impossible.
So he ended up having to renew his contract with Mamelodi Sundowns.
No, I think that it wasn't before. I think this is the latest.
When is that article?
The article was it's written yesterday.
Okay, yeah. So this is
21st.
This is after when he already signed in. So it's like Qatar in here. Let's say Ribeiro with 100 million rents, and then Qatar came in here with 120 million, and then Sundown be like, no, we want 300 million in here. I think according to that article, this is what they're saying. You want more? We're giving you the value of what the of a player in here worth, and then you coming in here and say that no, we don't want. So I think Sundown in here still want to keep Ribeiro. I mean, to be honest with you, the guy in here is a baller. I mean, every team in PSL is scared of that guy. Me as a Kaizer Chiefs fan in here straight away. There was this game in here that we were playing in here against them, man. First touch before the ball getting done. He's a bowler. He's a bowler. The guy in here, you have the confidence to run with the ball, which is something in here that we are also missing. Someone who can take
got magnet feet, which is typical Brazilian style.
The Samba boys in here.
Remember magnet feet.
Remember Ronaldinho also in here? You also have to be strong. Remember, if you come in here, he can block you with the leg in here.
Strength.
He hardly fall straight away. The guy is a bowler in here, but for Sundown in here to be keeping him for too long in here, I mean, it goes up with the age. How old is Ribeiro?
While he's checking the age, let us look into the contribution of the big teams as well as other teams into the setup of the Premier Soccer League. You say that we cannot talk about the success of the Premier Soccer League without touching into Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates because they are big brands. Now let us look into their rivalry. You find Mamelodi Sundowns in between, wanting to, take away from that, wanting also to be rivals and saying that the Mamelodi Sundowns Orlando Pirates game, has taken over from the derby. But I'm disputing that every other day because to me, the derby is that much iconic. The Soweto derby is that much iconic. When you look at the rivalry of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, what does it mean to the fans? Because it's no longer about just Soweto, it's a South African thing. Because I'm from Limpopo, you'll find me too involved in that rivalry.
To be honest with you, that's true. I agree with you in here. Despite Sundown in here coming in here to be like, okay, the rivalry now is no longer between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Sundown, yes, they are successful in the league. They dominated the league in here. When they play with Orlando Pirates, even though Orlando Pirates will always give them the hard times in here. But when Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates is playing, man, it's always big. And what I like about them, it doesn't matter the form that you are. When you get to the derby in here, it doesn't matter that you were losing or you were winning in here, man. It always have that different result in here straight away. You'll never change that. We also
have to check. I think it's part of the top 10 derbies in the world. You can check that. You were saying?
Lucas Ribeiro, footballer born 1998.
So
that means 1998.
Yeah,
so
October 1998, which means
so that means it's 27. This is his prime.
Is
this
that
is
a
his prime.
Yeah.
And mind you, in here, if you don't move now, chances are very less in here to go. Because most of the team in here, even though if let's say you want to represent on the bigger or top European teams or whatever in here, it's rare on your 30s, no matter how good you are, that you're going to go and have to sign the 5-year contract, unless if you were on that league already. Because if you check most of the European team in here, we're talking about the youngsters who will be between 17 to 21. Those are the youngsters. I think SAK is 23. We're no longer calling him the youngster in here straight away.
He's getting to his prime very soon.
Straight away.
25 is going to be prime. 25, 26 is prime.
Straight. So here in here, if we're going to be letting someone on 27, then we still want to hold them in here. That means now we are delaying his progress. Actually, we're even shutting him his dream. Like if you have a good right back like Kulture Mudau, I'm not sure how old he is, but any player that will be on the 27 and still be in PSL, chances are very slim that he will get out.
So more especially Europe. Maybe the oil money is, but not Europe.
Not in Europe in here straight away. But who doesn't want to play in Europe? I know that last time in here, Mutsepe said that what makes Sundowns different in here, make sure that you pay those players well, that they don't have to fight to go to Europeans because they are being paid well. But sometimes in here it's more than just a money, man. You wanna be on top, man. There are moments in here, I see some people in here leaving their job in here to be like, I don't like this, man. I've worked in here so hard in here for the money in here. Now I want to do something that I enjoy.
Yeah,
every player want to go there to Europe. Yes, Josh?
Just to add the age of Kulture Network. He was born in 1995.
1995, so that means
it's older than Ribiora.
So that means
he was born in 1995. It's April, 4th month. It's April.
By 35, he'll be reaching his sell-by date.
Yeah, so he's 30.
He's 30.
He's 30.
Soon he'll be reaching his sell-by date.
Yeah, because in here, if he's 29 now, chances are he's just going to evolve around in here. I mean, Sundown, if you have, let's say, he left with a 2-year contract, by the time that contract ends, is 31. So chances are, as Kaizer Chiefs always does, might always maybe Kuriso come in here straight, but it will be...
I think he'll go for oil money because he played it in the Club World Cup. He'll think oil money. His agent will think...
But this is in his prime. This is where now we need to live. After 2 years in here, I mean, chances are some injuries also in here, and the value will go down in here. He won't be the way that he is now.
Yeah, because one of the things that I think we have to look at is the fact that players need money because their careers, lifespan of their career is very short. By the time you're 35, you're done in football. If you
true. I
play
agree.
beyond that, it means that you had very good longevity. You were taking care of your health. You were not indulging too much in the social scene, like your shoes musheo. To get players who can reach that level
of
whereby they're
40
at 40,
years,
they're
still
still
running.
playing, and running.
Especially in PSL,
It requires you, because it's a fast-paced. Football is a fast-paced cardio sport. So you need to be at your prime, doing what you're doing.
I think also discipline, man. I think maybe as we go in here, maybe it might be changing in here, because PSL player, to be honest with you, in our time when we were growing in here, they wanted big stuff in here, man. No discipline. Like I can get
too much social life.
straight away. I mean, someone in here, like the way Aul Rato Shabango used to say in here, how he splash his cash. I mean, I can live with 20,000 salary, have my 2 kids, have my wife, and still support my family. It's okay.
And be disciplined around that.
Still, I'll still live life, a normal life. I have a car also in here, but I have to check which car to use. But I think in here with the PSL in here, I think in here marriage is not something that we can say that is an accomplishment. But if we compare them in here, when you have a wife and when you don't have, you are earning 60,000 every month in here. Those guys, they can always go to Durban. After soccer, you can always go to Durban, get the girls, splash the money, get a big car, GTI or whatever car, which is more expensive in here. After 3 years in here, you find that maybe you got an injury. No teams want you anymore in here now. Running from 60,000 salary, you're going to ABC Mutsepe League, where they're going to be going like, we're going to give you 8K or 10K in here just to survive. I think discipline, on their prime, those guys in here, they lack discipline. If you check most of the European guys in here, we'll always compare them to those top 5 leagues in here straight away. The guy at 21 or 22, even though if he will have whatever that will have,
He's got a steady girlfriend,
or
he's going to get married.
That's true. That's a discipline. That's a discipline. So if you have a steady girlfriend or going to get married in here, that means every day, if you're not at work, you have to
At
come back home.
25, he's got a fiance, he's going to get married.
At 25 in here, less as a soccer player, you'll find me lavishing life in Cape Town in here straight away. No family, no nothing. Sometimes I have like maybe 3 or 4 kids with different mothers.
You're hot-headed, you don't want to listen to anyone anymore because you're a superstar, you're making money.
You remember with the people with the money, especially those quick money, they will tell you that you can't tell me nothing.
It's my money,
It's
I
my
work
money.
hard
I work
for
hard
it.
for it in here. And then you check in here at the end of the career now, will be asking the public, guys, can you donate something in here? It's the same. I think football, I think sport also, and the media industry, like the acting, the music. How many people from acting in here that on their prime, they were earning big money? Or even as a singer, they were earning the big money. But when now, they're no longer making that money, they want the public to feel pity for them. I mean, as precious as we are saying in here, that with 15,000, you'll feed your family, you're going to be okay. You can live until you reach 50, 60.
Yeah,
you're okay.
Because it's possible. Because I often wonder, because I think the highest salary I've ever earned in my life, including maybe overtimes, was roughly around 30-something K. Just a ballpark figure. And I managed to do a lot of things with it. It was just all in the discipline. Maybe it's because I don't consume alcohol. And I live too much of a spiritual life. I've never been to a club in my life. I just go to a little bit of social setting there and there. So I'm asking myself, if a baller is earning 180K for a period of maybe 5 to 6 years, what can stop them from investing? And I just don't find any reason.
No, there is no excuse in here. There is no excuse. And remember, to be honest with you, as when we come to the financial things, it's not something in here that you really have to go to school and all in here. You just have to be disciplined, man. It's not like I don't want Ferrari. I want Ferrari also in here.
Everybody loves.
I have to live on my means.
Vanity, yeah.
If my budget in here allows me to get a Kia, let me get a Kia. I'll drive from Pretoria to come to this podcast, and then we enjoy the moment in here that we have.
True.
But someone who's getting 100,000 will go
for a Range Rover.
For Range Rover in here, and then sometimes they don't even own. Remember, they do those lease. They lease. After that, he doesn't want to even have a house. He will decide to be staying in Sandton or in those big suburb in here, renting, not owning.
Because I think that's the reason the chairman once spoke about. I think there's a fund in the Premier Soccer League for when players retire. Because one of the draining things, I think, even for the people who are in charge of administrating the Premier Soccer League, is to see a player who is a legend retired and suffering. I don't think they thrill or enjoy that. When you look at Kaizer Chiefs players, when you look at Orlando Pirates player, and now we have to add Mamelodi Sundowns into the fold, you expect for them to retire to be like your Surprise Moriri, your Mudau. You can look at David Matebula too. He's a very disciplined player. You can look at Dugudugu Makanya, who is now training the young ones and Pirates, incubating the young ones at Orlando Pirates. And we were talking about the rivalry of Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. But when you look at how the players have managed, some players have managed to be disciplined with their finances and disciplined with their lifestyle. Is there anything that you think that the new ones can learn from them?
To be honest with you, it's always the case in here. I think it also goes, remember, we always say that the tree, if you want to trim it, you trim it while it's still young. Mm-hmm. But now if we were taking a player in here at 17, 18 in here, you get in there to the professional in here, play, let's say, Kaizer Chiefs or Orlando Pirates, you start getting 60K, 40K in here straight away. But where you from, it really helps a lot in here. Mm-hmm. Because even though if we can say that we'll do those funding and whatever in here, they won't really change those guys. It will be just a normal living standard. Mm-hmm. But on their peak, they were living high. Mm-hmm. So to them, they can still be depressed. I mean, there was someone who was earning 60K. Now we give him that fund. You say, okay, every month for the next 3 years, we're going to be giving you 8,000. Mm-hmm. That person can be depressed. Yeah? Mm-hmm. He was living on 80,000 in here straight away. Mm-hmm. So it's like this thing in here of what, in real life, out from the sport in here, what the government doing with those pension funds and everything in here. Mm-hmm. You living now, they're thinking that, okay, no, we're going to take 4,000 for your pension fund so that when you retire, you're going to be able to still live life. Mm. But the time in here, what about the time that person is living in here? Can that person be helped to invest? Mm. Instead of taking that pension fund in here, those people in here were supposed to be teaching them, like, guys, we're giving you 100,000. That on that 100,000, 10,000, 10% or whatever that we're going to be giving you, you're going to invest. You're going to invest it in yourself. Because the money which is just sitting in here is not doing anything in here.
George, can you check something for me? I think the PSL, if not the PSL, it is Mamelodi Sundowns. They've got a scheme of financial literacy. I think for their ballers. I think they've got that kind of scheme where they've got financial literacy. Can you check if it is on the scale of the Premier Soccer League? Or it is just an exclusive Mamelodi Sundowns initiative?
Yeah, before we go there, let's check the top highest paid PSL players.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then we're talking monthly here.
Yeah.
Monthly.
Okay.
We have number one, Samir Nurkovic, 930,000 per month.
No, I think that might be the older. Maybe check 2025, 2024, 2025. I think that's an older article. Remember Nukovic, he played for Kaizer Chiefs, and then he go to it was Royal AM.
Mamkiz's team.
Yeah, that was Royal AM. I think now straight away.
Because it says here our top 10 highest paid players in 2025.
Okay. Yeah, let's check them out.
So I'm not sure if it says number one is Samir, sitting at 930,000.
But is he still playing?
But we can use that as projection.
Okay, projection of how much players.
To see how much players are getting.
Because there's also Abu Kune here.
Yeah,
so.
Kune.
That's an old one.
That's an old
that's
list.
An old
how much was Kune getting at second place?
Let me go back there again and check quickly. It's saying Itumeleng Kune 480,000 per month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But let's use that less as a projection. If a player is getting 400,000
a month,
200,000 a month,
even 160, a month,
even 120, you are getting that.
It says a month
consecutive for 6 years. For 6 years, you are getting paid 280K a month.
And after that, you're telling me that after when your career ended in here, and then
if you look at, provided Lerado Shabangu didn't stop playing football a long time ago, he's one of those players who was at Mamelodi Sundowns, earning well.
I agree with
you know, I think it is just a matter of looking at the social lifestyle and discipline and the people you surround yourself with. Because with fame, fame attracts a lot of friends and a lot of people that don't mean well for you. You might think that being around a lot of people is good for you, only to find out that it's not good for you at all, because they are there because there's something that is attracting them.
That's true.
So, all in all, I think with footballers, it's just a matter of checking your surrounding,
Discipline.
people that you surround yourself with. Now let's look, when we check the Premier Soccer League before we go to Europe and look into European football. When you look at the Premier Soccer League, which other teams have emerged, other than the big three that we know? We know Mamelodi Sundowns, we know Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Which other teams have emerged that have made, the Premier Soccer League a very interesting brand and always give that challenge to the big teams?
To be honest with you, over the years that's why we were talking. Remember when we were talking about buying the status? I remember the prime time of Vets University, Super Sport United. Those guys, they used to compete, man. They used to give those big teams in here a challenge, a big challenge. But now in here, going to this season in here, we still have to look, man, who can challenge Sundown, Mamelodi Sundown. Because Sundown, they've been cruising like on those marathon. They're the best, man. It doesn't matter how they start. Pirates can always sprint. Remember last season? They can always sprint in here, but when it matters more in here, on the finishing line in here, this is where now you need to be strong. This is where you are challenged. Do you have enough depth? Some players getting injured and all in here. So I think in here, let's see this season in here, if Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates can be able to give Sundowns a big challenge, because over the past season in here, Sundown was just cruising nicely.
So what changes would you like to see in the Premier Soccer League, maybe in the next 5 years, the innovations in the next 10 years? What's new that you would like to see in the Premier Soccer League?
To me, to be honest with you, it's one thing of buying the status in here. That's the only
You
one
want
thing.
it to come to an end?
Yeah, come to an end in here. Don't let another team in here, another player.
So that we can create a culture.
Let it be the culture in here. Let the team belongs to the people. Straight away. This will change everything in here, because sometimes in here, even you as a player playing from ABC Mutsepe, your dream is to be like, I want to go to PSL, man. And then after winning those playoffs and all in here, and then you go like, the status has been sold. Imagine all those hard fight in here for all those games, go to the playoffs. When you're done in here, now you're on the reaching line. They say that the playoffs in here. And one thing in here, I think if we are relegating 3 teams, let's relegate 3 teams. Let's take the 3 teams from ABC Mutsepe. Let them go up. Don't let any PSL team in here still compete in those playoffs, man. It's a disadvantage to other teams. We have like, how many teams? 16 teams? And then only 3 teams have to go up, right? And only 2 goes down and 1 have to play the playoffs. Let's grab that thing. 3 teams which are on the relegation zone, let them go to relegation. 3 teams that plays in the ABC Mutsepe, if they have to play playoffs, let them play offs, and then the best 3 on the ABC Mutsepe. Let goes up. Also in here, the sponsorship. I think the small teams in here is very expensive that to run a team. A team like from Sikukune in here, you have to go and play the game in Cape Town. You have to use the plane. You have to book the. Yes, Josh.
Yeah, I think on the financial literacy of soccer players, I'm seeing here the net bank. In connection with education manager of Nedbank, Stanton Stiga Fredericks, and Deco Modise as well.
Okay, that's nice. Those are our legends.
Yeah, so I'm not sure but I don't think it's like, part of the soccer team itself. It's just a sponsor kind of.
Oh, so there's a sort of kind
They
of
give financial literacy.
Yeah, exactly. They call
to all the players in the Premier Soccer League.
Yeah, Nedbank.
Oh, so they've created a body in here, sort of outside of the PSL in here.
Exactly. As a sponsor, That's what I'm finding here.
Yeah. Okay, because one of the things you were talking about the issue of the sponsorship, and you've got the issue of they do give out grants. It's just that maybe they might not be enough to run a team. A team does need sponsors. They give a grant of like 2 million. I think it's 2 or 2.5 million
To
per
a team,
month.
each team.
Yeah, each team in the Premier Soccer League. Out of the budget of the Premier Soccer League, so that they can run their teams effectively. If you were to give me 5 players this season that I started with the MTN 8, 5 players must watch from goalkeeping department, defense, midfield, offense, who would you say that are players, must watch players of the Premier Soccer League this season?
I think if I have to give you kind of from goalkeeping, going to forward, I think in here with those big ones in here, there are some of the players in here that they really show the character, man. I think in here from the goalkeeping in here, I mean here in South Africa, I think the best goalkeeper in here, Ronwen Williams will always stand up. He will be on that. And then maybe on the defense side, could I give on the defense side that has been doing so well?
TLB.
Oh, the TLB, yeah, from Pirates in here straight
You
away.
don't want to talk about my
No,
players.
it's okay. You can always give me that.
That's
in
my
here.
boy. He's a big boy.
I mean, TLB in here, I love his strength. I did watch the game in here between the first leg of MTN 8.
The strength
The
of
strength
that boy.
in
That boy is a
here.
bull.
And then the pace also in here. Remember, you need also the pace.
The
man.
precision in the passing.
We
The
don't,
ball is
we don't
precise.
want to use those old defensive guys in here. Remember the old defense style in here where when you get the ball, boom, boom, straight
Just
away.
kick out of
it in here,
kick out
straight
of
up in here.
position, take it wherever. So he's got precision in passing.
He is in here straight away. And then who else? Maybe on the right back. On the right back, who can we get? I saw Pirates lost Munyane. Is it Munyane to Kaizer Chiefs? But they have this guy who's playing full back now. It's what's this guy name? Sibelevele. Let me just verify.
I thought he was a middlefielder.
No, he plays as a fullback. Last game in here when they were playing in here.
He's playing as a fullback.
Yeah, he scored the last goal. Can you check Josh in here, that fullback of Orlando Pirates in here?
I think it's Spelevele.
Yeah, he scored. That guy in here, he have the energy, man.
What's his name again?
Sibelevele, right back of Orlando Pirates, I think. Fullback.
Spelevele.
The guy in here have the energy in here, going forward and come to defend. You need
And
this
then
type
in
of
the
player
midfield,
straight away.
in the midfield, who think you will win? Who do you think will win it?
Let's check in here straight away. What's your thought in that?
I'm gonna be biased and say Rele, but
You mean on the PSL or just on the MTN 8?
the Premier Soccer
The
League,
Premier Soccer League.
the whole setup.
Because when I check in here, there's also Kele from Kaizer Chiefs in here. He's the core of the Kaizer Chiefs midfield. So he might be one of the guy in here that might fit in here. But remember, it's just started. How many games? I think we only have 3 games.
Yeah, it's just potential players that we can
That,
look at.
we
Under
can
the
look at
striking
it in here
force.
straight away.
On the striking force.
in here, to be honest with you, my favorite striker in here is Shalom Lily. It's unfortunate that Sundown is not using him more often in here, but he's one of the best strikers that we have in the country. And by the way, it's equal with Siabonga Nomvete.
Yeah, 129.
Yeah, 129. So you can
And
tell in here.
Bele Nomvete is a legend.
Yeah, how disciplined this guy in here. He's not fancy, but when you get that chance in here to score, he go. Yes, Josh?
It's Kamorelo Sibilivili, ne?
Yeah,
That guy in here, man, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. It's a work rate.
Which position is he playing at?
Right, it says here the right wing.
Is
back.
the
Okay, it's
right wing.
So
Yeah.
that means right wing back.
Right
Okay.
wing back, yeah.
Right wing back. Okay. The guy in here is energetic, man. I love the guy. So coming back in here to the striking force in here, Shalulile is his best striker that we can say in here.
So, how did your love for European football? Because you're a fanatic of European football. You can't help yourself. Where did it all begin?
Man, I think early 2000. Remember ETV used to have that Ishibobo show? We didn't have much because where I grew up, we didn't have a DSTV. You'll find that maybe only one family in the village will have the DSTV. So you will even be selective of the games, which games to watch. But thanks to ETV, man, they used to bring those football to us. So around early 2000 in here, I did enjoy watching Liverpool, the likes of, while growing up, I'll enjoy watching Michael Owen. He was one of my favorite players. I love Michael Owen.
It's one of those English players.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
What I love about it, he was young that time in here. His pace in here, it was
Played for
something else.
Newcastle.
Yeah, I think I know him from Liverpool, and then he go to Real Madrid.
Okay.
Also in here straight up. But the time in here when I was watching him, he was playing in Liverpool in here. I love. And then when you go to the Arsenal in here, for sure, if you are an Arsenal fan, everybody will tell you about Thierry Henry. Most of the Arsenal fans will tell you that, man, watching Thierry Henry there was something else. Yeah, early 2000s is when I start enjoying. Then I'll watch more football in here through the UEFA Champions League. This is where now you're going to watch the likes of Panathinaikos. Remember Nassif Morris?
Nassif Morris used to play for Panathinaikos.
Yeah, straight away in here. So you see in here, we used to produce some of the good players in here. So my love of European, started in early 2000. And then when we come to 2009, 2010, now this is where now the DSTV is coming out in here. Now you'll enjoy watching the likes of the Rooney, Man United, and all in here straight up.
So what's your favorite moment in European football? Because, when people talk about European football, I'm always taken to that night in Istanbul.
Oh, man.
When you say European football, I go back to Istanbul when nobody ever thought that Gerrard will create the magic and Kaká will take it with AC Milan.
Man, that was, I think I was in grade 10. That was 2005, right? Yeah, I think I was in grade 10 in here. I remember watching it in ETV in here those nights. I mean, 3-0, halftime, then you go like...
you thought, Liverpool is gone.
Playing AC Milan, that's over in here. Man, that's one of the best moments in here for sure. In here. I did
in European football for sure.
I did watch that game in here. It was interesting. And you did have the best players in there, man. It wasn't about the players who would be just running. I mean, in Liverpool, where you'll be having Xavi Alonso, Steven Gerrard,
John and Reese
in here, also your left back in here straight away. You have the Kate from Netherlands. Yeah. Straight away in here, and in Milan in here, you did have the Pirlo, the Kaká. I mean, it was a brilliant football match, a brilliant football match to watch in here straight away. So whenever that you're gonna be talking about those European in here, even though I miss my team in 2006 when we lost to Barcelona, it still hurts even now. But it's one of the greatest moments that we went to the final in here straight away. Yeah. But over the years in here, I did watch some great matches, man. Where you're gonna watch Barcelona versus Real Madrid. Yeah. El Clasico in here. Yeah. And the moment in here that El Clasico was El Clasico. You'll find Real Madrid having Zinedine Zidane, David Beckham, Casillas, the goalkeeper, Casillas. And then like that prime Real Madrid in here was something, Roberto Carlos. It was a proper. When you go to Barcelona, you'll be finding Ronaldinho, Puyol, Samuel Eto'o. I mean, that era was crazy, man. I mean, I check now, when you check that Real Madrid around 2003, 2004. You have the Deco in here straight away. That, I feel like that moment in here, it was a cheat code, man. You can't be having Zidane, you have Beckham on the same team. You even have Ronaldo on your team, R9 in here straight away. That was crazy, man.
Now what happened? It was just a golden era. But do you think, looking at the hierarchy of the brilliant footballers they had throughout, Europe in those years and now, do you think we're in a transitional era whereby you're heading over to the likes of Haaland and other, young players? And how do they square up compared to the times when your Zizou and your Roberto Carlos were playing?
I think in here now, the way that the football have changed in here, it's something which is killing the football, even on Europe, even everywhere in here, right, is the stats. Remember now, back then we did have the proper players. If you check someone who doesn't know the football in the next 10 years, we say that Maradona has scored 86 goals in his career. And then we say Romelu Lukaku has scored 200 goals. Do you know that there's someone who never watched football would be like, Romelu Lukaku was a great player in here straight. I mean, to be honest with you, I watch football where Ronaldinho in here will have that samba. You'll enjoy football, his dribbling and all in here straight away. But now you check the stats, how many assists have you have? How many kilometers did you cover on the pitch? Because if you check now straight away, you have a player like Traore. He have a pace, he's big in here, he ran over in here. Man. I grew up watching Michael Owen, Thierry Henry. They're skillful players. Now if you check in here, in this era in here, which player who have the skill that you can tell? We are killing that. In Premier League, I can't even tell any player who's more skillful in this.
Premier League is all about fast pace.
Fast pace in here and those tactics.
And Bundesliga too. It's straight all about fast pace.
And this is why in here, if you check most of the World Cup winners in here, you'll never find the England in here. Because I remember when Cafu said that as much as more players from Brazil are going to play for Premier League, will never win the World Cup anymore in here. Because if you check the Brazilian players who won the league, they will play to Italy, Spain, where you have the freedom.
But Serie A, I think they've lost the spark. Don't you think Serie A has lost the spark it used to have during the time of Andrea Pirlo and the rest of Paolo Maldini, those seasons that they had brilliant players? Don't you think that Serie A as a whole has lost that spark?
I agree with you totally in here. Now they've become that downfall in here that most of the players that will be kind of the reject from the Premier League. I mean, you saw Scott McTominay from Man United going to Napoli in here, and some of the players will be from Premier League going to the likes of Juventus. Back then, those guys, they used to produce those big players in here. So now, I don't know in here in terms of development or in terms of scouting or in terms of the finance, because if you check the pricing now of the players in here, it's expensive
ridiculous.
to buy.
It's ridiculous. The contracts are... I think one day I should bring you back so that we can talk about the contracts, really. The contracts of football are ridiculous.
Because now, I mean, when we grow up in here, every team in here could compete, man. It doesn't matter whether you are on the financially, whatever. Yes, we did have the big teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United, but even those other small teams in here, they did have the quality. Because I remember in here, around 2011, 2012, I would enjoy watching Stoke City while they were playing. I would enjoy watching Everton playing. But you check now with those finances and all in here, it's hard for them to compete.
Reading was one of those teams
Reading
who used to do good without big names.
Big names in yesterday, they created their own stars and they would go there.
They created their own lane.
Yes. Yeah. Just Newcastle before in here when they were bought, I think they were just coming in here. But around 2012, 2013, I did enjoy watching Newcastle, man. Remember when we were watching Demba Ba, Pape Cisse, you have the likes of Kabaye. I mean, those guys in here with the small finance in here, they will compete. But now, it's always hard. It's always hard to compete in here with those financial big team in here spending. The players in here, they are being overpriced, man.
Yeah, because look, I remember, the pricing is ridiculous. Because I remember during the time of Liverpool when they had players like DrLez Mudau. Those were brilliant players, but they were not overpriced. They had. I think the ridiculous pricing of the English Premier League started when my favorite man Roman Abramovich took over Chelsea.
Where now you can spend big in here straight away, and then now you check in here. Man City also did the same. I mean, but
oil
now,
money,
Yeah, but now all the team in here, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, they did spend. They always spend big in here to compete because now with that money, to be honest with you, it's hard. If you check in here, the Porto of Mourinho of 2004 that won the Champions League.
That had nothing to do with money. It was all about tactics and
you
skills.
Have Benny McCarthy. I mean, that Porto team was good. So now when the Deco was there in Porto, But now if you check those small teams in here, I think Monaco earlier, I think 2016, 17 also in here, they did give the best Monaco in here. But now if you check those teams in here, can they compete right now with this market?
No.
They can't. And here now the players in here, they are complaining about the amount of the games that they play and whatever, the injuries and whatever. But guys, you need more money. Where will the teams get those money without having those sponsors and the games? Those guys, they must just play as many games as they can in here. They're getting paid a lot of money. Teams, they're spending 100 million to get a player. So if you're getting a player in here to get more sponsorship, more viewership of the games and all, they have to play so many games in here straight away. So, but I think in here, when it comes to the financial in here, everything has gone up, man.
Let's take Mbappe out. Let's take Haaland out. Who do you think is the best player in Europe right now?
Man, currently in here, Lamine Yamal, man, he's amazing to watch, man. I hardly watch Barcelona. I hardly watch La Liga. But when I do in here, that boy, even on the national team, I mean, he's still under 20. But the boy in here is brilliant. He's brilliant. So I'll take Lamine Yamal.
So you think he's the young player that is poised to become the big superstar in the nearest future?
He's already in yesterday. He's already on the level. Let's just in the next 2 years in yesterday away, we can give him on that proper level in here. Even though now we can say that he's still developing, but he's a proper player.
Which club do you think will dominate the European football maybe in the next, although it's unpredictable, but which do you think will dominate the European football in the next 5 years?
I think in here, Real Madrid now, they are on the building phase, so I wouldn't say that. Barcelona also, you saw on the Champions League in here, they didn't really perform that well. So to be honest with you, it will be hard to tell that in the next 5 years, which team in here can really conquer the European leagues.
The way it's
But
working.
now,
Do you
the way
think-
that it's working in here, I think my team in here have the potential in here to go all the way in here. Arsenal in here. I mean, over the years in here, the shortage in here was like, get us the striker, get us the striker, get us the striker. But checking the depth that this season in here, that team have, there's no excuse in here not to compete. Because over the years, we'll be like, oh, we have the injury of this wing. Oh, we have the injury of the striker in here. So Arsenal now is one of the team in here to watch.
Looking at the technology of VAR, do you think it must be kept in Europe or they should kill it? When you look at this, has it been effective as you would like it to be?
Man, to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of VAR, though sometimes it does
What,
favor me.
slows football?
It really does slow football, but to be honest, VAR was not implemented in here to rectify those mistakes, man, because we're still getting the goals of offside being scored in front of VAR while the VAR is there. And then they will come back and apologize. They say,
Mr. Gayton McKenzie said he wants it like yesterday in the Premier Soccer League.
It will still benefit some other teams. The way that I'm checking in here in Premier League in here straight away with the VAR, some teams are still benefiting through the VAR.
The minister is so keen, George. I saw the minister saying, I want VAR now. I want it. I'm going to bring it to the Premier Soccer League now.
So to be honest with you, George, VAR is not there to change how the game is going in here straight away. Yeah. It's even killing the momentum of the game. I watch Premier League almost every weekend, and I watch all different teams, not just Arsenal, which is playing in here straight away. VAR will still record some good goals that you say that was a goal. The mistake happened like a minute ago, which was someone was fouled. The referee go like play on in here. So to me, in here, the implementation of VAR is not going to rectify all the mistakes which are being happening. More mistake will come. More teams in here will even benefit from the VAR than the referee itself. The referee made a mistake. Okay, you only have 2 eyes to see. It's okay. But what hurts more is when the referee made a mistake and the VAR made a mistake. And the technology which is there made a mistake. We are currently killing our beautiful game. Technology is okay, it's there. It have to change our lives and everything in here. But the beautiful game, which was for people in here, we can always say that, yeah, that was offside. The linesman missed it. Okay, one team benefited it. That was fun in here. But if one team is benefiting with the referee and the technology, it hurts, man. It kills our game.
Okay, some would say that the San Siro, some will say that the Santiago Bernabeu, others will say the Kop of Anfield. According to you, which one is the most iconic stadium in Europe?
Man, I think the stadiums in here, they become iconic in here with the players that they bring in here, what type of the team that you have. Yes, San Siro in here because both Milan in here, they share the San Siro. Bernabeu, for sure, with the history that they have, with the best players in here. But to me in here, if I were to visit, man, that crowd of Liverpool when you visit, man,
the
Kop, man, down the Kop, man. I feel like that atmosphere
it's
in
like
here,
a slaughterhouse.
It's a slaughterhouse because most of the team, if you are playing the Champions League, if ever you want to win on the knockout stage, make sure you win your game at home. Because when you visit Liverpool at home, man, that atmosphere is something else, man. You just hear the roaring of the crowd in here straight away. I think for sure as I grow in here, I'd love to visit
Anfield
in here. Just feel that atmosphere, man. It's something else, man. That crowd can roar the whole game, man. I remember in here, my team when we visited in here before Ateta came in here when we were hammered like 5-1 straight away, man. Man, that hurts. I felt that in here by 17. You see that all the players seems like they're tired. The roaring in here of the Liverpool fans in here, you can still feel it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the best. I think in here, if I have the cash in here to visit in here, I'll visit the Emirates and then go to Anfield. I love Anfield. I hate it when they were playing against us because it's intimidating to the opponents in here, but I love Anfield.
Okay, in closing, I don't want to say Messi or Ronaldo. I would rather ask it this way, in a far much technical way. Between Messi and Ronaldo, who would you build a team around?
I'll build around Messi, man.
Why Messi?
Ronaldo is a good goal scorer. He can score. He scores so many goals in the end.
He's a disciplined and focused athlete.
I agree with you in here. He shows high level on different league, play in Spain, play in Italy, play in Premier League. But how Messi do, man? Messi can create
Something out of nothing.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, if you watch in here, a 19-year-old Messi in here, he was already a proper bowler straight away. Now, for sure, it's off on the top league in here straight away. But if you check me, if you ask me the prime Ronaldo or the prime Messi, I'll take the prime Messi, man.
You'll take the prime Messi any day.
The team in here, that prime Barcelona in here was built around Messi. Beside him scoring, he will create, man. He will take 4 or 5 players at once in here and create a moment in here.
But a cynic would say that Ronaldo has won championships across board, something Messi has not been able to achieve.
Some people in here were saying that Messi couldn't achieve if you go to the likes of Premier League or other leagues. Messi scored more goals against Premier League teams while he's playing for La Liga. So it tells you, he played with Arsenal, he played with Man City. He scored on them in here straight away. So imagine if, I'm just not sure, Josh, maybe, but we're closing in here. Maybe in the next stats that we can get in here, if we can check how many goals had Messi scored against Premier League teams. So you're telling me that teams, and he wasn't playing the likes of small teams, the West Ham or whatever. The top 4 on the Champions League. Man City knows, Man United knows, and Arsenal knows.
By the way, the English Premiership is the biggest league in Europe.
Yeah, this is because I think in here
La Liga does not come close.
It doesn't,
because with the English Premier League, from the first team to the last, you can never take anything for granted.
No, you'll never.
Because it does not revolve around the big teams.
Because I don't know if this is their media or their advertising that they push in here around the world. Because in La Liga, if I watch Real Madrid, Barcelona and Atletico, I'm okay. I'll go to Italy, I'll watch Juventus, Napoli and the Milan. You're okay. You go to France, you only have PSG and Monaco.
Ligue 1, yeah.
You are okay in here straight away.
Bundesliga is the same. But with the Premier League, the EPL is from team 1 to the last.
If you check those top 10 teams in here, it's no longer top 6 in here. Man United, Arsenal, Man City, Spurs, Chelsea, Newcastle, Brentford, all those games in here. They're always challenging. They're always challenging. There's no easy games. Actually, that's what I can say. I mean, if Man City is going to play Newcastle, Man City, they're good. They can win. But is it predictable that they're going to win?
No, can't predict that.
This is why it's more of challenging in here straight. But in Bundesliga, Bayern Munich is going to play a team on number 15 or number 14. It's always different. So yeah, I can say in here their marketing strategy and their sponsorship around the world, because they do have the sponsors around the world. That's why in here, if you check those what do you call, before the league opens, like the Arsenal, the Tottenham Hotspur, they will visit Asia. They do have the market in the Asia. They're not just for England.
Visit Rwanda is the African market.
Your team. There we go in here straight away.
Yeah.
So all over in here, if you check here in Africa, we do have so many Chelsea supporters, so many Arsenal supporters in here. So you can tell in here how they're well marketed.
But here in South Africa, we start with the local jersey before we go to the European jersey.
I do have a Chiefs jersey in here straight away. I think I must buy I
just want the classic Orlando Pirates jersey, the black and white classic one.
You don't have to change too much in here. I mean, if Chiefs get gold and black, you're okay. Go to Pirates, black and white, then you're okay in there. That's it.
Yeah, Dr. Les, the IT technician, master follower of football. Thank you very much for coming into the podcast and sitting with us. You've been always a big supporter of the brand TP, Maiwashe.
It was a pleasure, man. Coming up in here. I guess next time in here, we'll also be meeting in this podcast, man. So wishing you all the best to the podcast, man. Let's get all the football supporters in here. We'll bring more.
Keep it moving. It's across board.
Guys in here, let's subscribe in here. Set podcast. DrLez, the IT doctor.